Hargreaves, chance for Torquay. Chris Hargreaves, the captain. If he stays onside, Carlisle checks instead. He's looking for Benyon. Stills.
Hello and welcome back to part two. This part will be slightly shorter because we overran in the first part, but we've got Kelly's corner and a panic button. So that is where we are right now. I think we're quite emotionally exhausted after that first part. Actually, I feel quite drained.
On your rant, you didn't even stop. So
no, I didn't breathe. I don't think I breathed the whole time.
Well, he might pass out at one point.
Yeah, no, so like me at full-time whistle. But anyway, so right, we have someone asked us a question, which is excellent, and it's a pretty simple answer actually, and then we asked it back. But
yeah, that like ruined his copyright, didn't it?
Yeah, Tom, take it away.
Yes, thanks to Bob Bamber for providing the question, because to be honest, just otherwise I wouldn't be at Kelly's Corner this week. There'd only be in one episode. So this week, Bob asks, are Torquay United the worst professional / full-time football team in England?
Yes, right.
Yes, right, very good. Well, thanks for joining us, part two.
Yeah, right.
We'll see you again next week. Thank you.
We don't pay these players, do we?
Come on, come up with the worst potential worst full-time football club.
Well, it's us or Scunthorpe or Yeovil.
Scunthorpe, I suppose. Or it's got to be one of those three, hasn't it? Really.
And the North's harder than
Man
the South.
United.
Hey.
Oh. Yeah, well,
lads. Scunthorpe won 6-0 last night.
Did they? Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wait, it's not them.
They're third in the harder league.
I was going to say, who's lowest? They must be higher than.
Is there a professional team lower, a full-time team? Like, no. Is hashtag United full-time?
No,
of course not.
No,
that's it then. Because I know Billericay were full-time when they were lower, when they had Champions money. But
when they still had illegal money, they were.
Yeah.
So we asked this on, put it to Facebook, put it to Twitter. Enter on Facebook says Torquay needs a complete reset. Nick Pontins, met you, Nick, last night. Nice to meet you again, mate. He says the lack of loan players worries him, and what's the true reasons for this? And someone's put on here, absolutely. Can you think of anybody worse than us at the moment? I can't, and I think that alone answers this question. No. We've gone from playing teams like Bradford City to now playing local teams like Truro and Taunton Town. Outrageous.
What is the story behind the loans? I mean, last year we got 3 or 4 loan signings this time of year.
Yeah, too many loans last year.
Yeah,
I know we're division lower now.
Yeah, but Sam Smith. Was it Sam Smith? Hang on, let me get this right. I'm not confusing for the pop star, have I? No, actually, he was called Sam Smith, wasn't he? The guy from Wigan.
No, Scott Smith.
Scott Smith.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a quick Sam Smith gag, but I can't think of one quickly. So move on.
But we desperately need somebody, don't we? I mean, we need players. I'm not saying a youth player make any difference to us because they come down.
It's just a number, it is, right?
Yeah.
That's the diabolical story of it.
Someone who's not Hanson or Crow to make a difference. I mean, come on.
I've thought of one. If you'd like a Sam Smith gag, would you like one? Because I thought of one now. No, okay. No, I could say no. I thought if he was called Sam, he'd probably have given us everything tonight, wouldn't he? You know.
Very good. Very good.
I don't know any Sam Smith.
How contemporary, Chris.
I know. I'm so modern.
So just a few comments from Twitter as well. Same question. Again, thank you, Bob, for doing the work for us this week. Much appreciated. Mark Hurst says, it seems clear now that Gary Johnson is not expecting... say that again. It now seems clear that Gary Johnson not expecting everyone to sign the contracts offered in the summer has meant the pot is now empty. We could probably have had 5 younger dynamic players for the money spent on 2 of the veterans who probably should have been put out to grass.
Yeah. I think there's much truth in that, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely.
He had to be clever in the summer, didn't he? If he knows his budget, unless they've gone back on their word on the budget, we don't know the ins and outs, do we? But it almost like he signed everybody, and it's left us short. The squad is just struggling.
It's like when we first started playing Football Manager, You think, oh, I'm gonna get that plate off. You
Get him.
This is like Gary Johnson. He's 40. He's been in the industry like 40, 45 years, man.
The other thing I don't understand as well is, and again, I know that I say this completely naively, but you would imagine you can get youngsters, not that they necessarily always come off, but you can get youngsters for not very much. So I mean, how much, Luke Pearce sat on Weston's bench last night. I mean, how much are they paying him? I mean, you can't. Probably, you must be able to do it cheaply, but unless it's the quality.
You can get some players in your squad who are young. They might not be great at this level, but about like what Hargreaves was paying players, like 350, 450, whatever. They might not be very good, but they could grow and whatever.
Could be young, enthusiastic players.
Players who
the
are
same ones we've been watching.
Players that play for like your Turos and that. A few of them in the squad.
They've got to be players again. They've got to be players in National League squads that are not playing. Who would you actually? Yeah, you can't play National League South for a month. But when you look at Sonny Cox going to Yeovil. That's an example, isn't it? Of a and again, he sounds like he came on and made a big difference. That was it. You, I think, Tommy, put that. They replaced Newblay and Murphy with Cox and Hyde last night.
Jake Hyde on the bench.
There's night and day. And
that's why they're going to win the league.
It's night and day compared to us. Yeah. Really is.
Recruitment. It's just killed us. Absolutely.
They've pushed hard in the summer and got a proper squad together. Haven't they? They've got reinforcements. We've gone well. We've got a decent 12 players here. I'm
still not sure how fair a comparison that is because I have no doubt their budget's significantly bigger than ours is. But
you should be smarter then.
It's a smarter setup, absolutely.
Well, that's what I mean. They pushed hard. The owners put his money where his mouth is, isn't he? They're driving forward, aren't they? As a club, 6,000 last night watching them. They've got that on the up feeling now.
It's all about momentum in a football club, and if we're just got Yeovil will go up this season, and they'll probably be at the top end of the National League next season, right? It's all about momentum, and that's what Torquay were meant to be doing. Even if if in no disgrace to battle hard and come second to this Yeovil team now, right, and then hopefully try and win the playoffs. I wouldn't have been that disappointed because Yeovil have got a better squad than us, right? But just the fact we're nowhere near.
And to use Dom's analogy there at the beginning, if he's got as much money as his mouth, and his mouth is big, so he must have quite a lot of money that he's spending as well. But it's interesting. I hadn't really thought about it until someone mentioned it the weekend as well. The importance of finishing second. I hadn't really thought about it really,
second and
just because I've not really thought about it. But second really, isn't it? Because then you basically the second place is 2 home games to win to get promotion, isn't it?
Yeah, if you're third and you end up against the second team.
Correct.
Final. Yeah, no, you're right.
So actually, if you finish second, 2 home games to win the league to go up, innit?
That's what Woking did. They missed out on the league when they were with us.
Got the home
free
kick
games
from Armani Little, wasn't it? Yeah, they've been the final. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
But can we do it? I mean, even when we have big crowds at home, big crowds away, we seem to bottle it in front of big crowds.
Bottle it. Yeah.
Let's be honest. When's the last time we had a big crowd and we won something substantial?
Saturday when we gave away 700 tickets.
Yeah. Which to be fair to Torquay United. Yeah. To be fair to Torquay United, well done on that initiative, by the way. Yeah. That proves that you can do something right for a change. Getting the fans involved now.
So the highlights of this episode is getting 700 free tickets and Aaron Downs looked down the camera.
Yeah.
Right. Thanks for joining us. See you next week.
Yeah. I've got TUFC Enjoyer. Don't know how you can enjoy watching Torquay United. He says, what can we as fans do about the entire situation? Small protest is one thing, but clearly we need to clearly show our displeasure. I guess the only way is a pitch invasion, as Clark Osborne seems to have gone blind.
No, it's not. Illegal stuff. Illegal stuff's not the answer to anything.
Tusk and other things.
There's a forum in a couple of weeks' time by the Trust, isn't there? They're going to try and get some Torquay United people there. I don't expect they'll have much success, but I think it'd be a nice event to support if you can. They're proper fans. They look what we can do for the club. It's just a tough situation.
Don't do illegal stuff. Don't be abusive. I know things can boil over, but I've had a few swear words last night. But
he did.
I had quite a lot.
I didn't, but he did.
Yeah, I did have quite a lot. But like what I'm saying is, be constructive in the way we do things. It's gonna like Scunthorpe and all that. You're gonna be falling on deaf ears. But if we can kind of get behind the task and other things like that, then at least we know that if the worst does come to it, then there's more in place for the football club to either be saved, which is very unlikely when the debts there will be rebuilt, and then we go through a Bury Macclesfield kind of. Well, I don't think it'll be a Macclesfield journey because they had Savage and other people behind it, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Tusk is our only voice. We've got to all come together between Tusk, build these communities. Tusk on Talky Talk, we have these, the podcast, all come together.
Yeah.
Try our best, really. But you can't do much. We're just fans. But
it's very difficult, isn't it?
But
supporters
we
are
are
going to look
still
after
bigger than a
each other,
football
aren't
club.
they?
We're still bigger than a football club.
Yeah.
So
we all want the same thing, and it's disappointing to hear, people clashing.
Don't clash with each other, lads.
Right at the start of the game,
if we've got
night.
different opinions, come on, we need to be more sensible in this. That's what they want. That's what a few people probably want. That's what they want. People in life. God, this is going to go well politics now. They create.
Oh, not again.
They create chaos, so it distracts people and start them fighting against each other, so they don't see the bigger problem. When we're fighting amongst each other, we're not seeing a bigger problem right now. We're not seeing what the club's actually going through. We're not seeing past Gary Johnson actually what's going on. We're not seeing the bigger issue. It's like at the start of the season, we're not seeing the fact that we're playing terribly and it's not going to improve, so it's getting worse. People before us, Tom's frozen, he's back. People before us were saying 18 months ago Johnson was going to get worse. I'm like, no. But, people started before us, wake up to the bigger picture. Don't start scrapping with people that are on your side. Everyone's allowed their opinion. If someone comes up to me and says Johnson's the man to go forward, it's fine. Be careful. Someone said to us last night, be careful what you wish for, and that's totally their opinion. I won't. I mean, who right now in this job would have done much worse at all in the last 18 months is what I'd say back. Fresh ideas and all that.
Someone said to me last night they should get rid of him and appoint Downs.
The one thing I will say on that, because for ages I've been like, no chance, right? The one thing I'll say, because I never believe in promoting assistant. Oh, Craig Shakespeare, that's. But I never in some way. But one thing I will say in the counter, I always like to look at counter arguments and take everyone's point in, because that's maturity. But how much?
Let us know when you get there, Sam.
Yeah, I'm knowing it. I upload Football Manager content. How much do we reckon like this Johnson and Downs? None of us will know. Thing is, like, is it like Downs is just Johnson's yes man, or is it just Downs does a bit, Johnson does a bit? Like, how do we know like Downs has an idea and Johnson stops it?
Has he got any original ideas that aren't the gaffers?
Because something in that interview and the way he came over and like he got the flack, and I was angry at Downs to be honest, because I see him as part of the problem a lot of the time. Downs was a leader.
Yeah.
The way he played at this football club, he's a leader. He's a proper player. He's a proper individual. Let's not forget that. But like, something in that interview, I could see in his eyes last night, there was just a bit like, he had to do it because like he wanted to get things off his chest. Like, look, what he said on camera about you being the wrong sort of fans, that's not what I'm saying. No, it's a bit of it where it's like, I really respect this individual I'm with, but I also disagree and all that kind of thing. And then maybe he's looking after his career after this reign ends because he wants a job in football. But whether it's coaching or managing, but there's just a bit of, I could see in his body language, he was almost like, look, come on, it's not all my fault here. It's I'm I could do it, but there's something in him which is looked a little bit just.
He did apply for the Gloucester job, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
So he clearly wants to go into management.
He wants to go into management, doesn't he? Now I am on the thing. It's like, look, you're part of a problem here, but it would be very interesting as an experiment because the season is going. If Johnson did go, just to be right, whilst we're not panicking here, Downs, your time now, change it up. See what you could do. If it was the same job, so like, no, that's part of the problem. I wouldn't go, oh, that's not me saying yes, I want Downs to replace Johnson at all. But I'm just saying it would be interesting to see. But get someone local. Right. Get someone who's going to live down local.
I'm never sure on the role. To be completely honest, I'm never sure of the role of assistant managers. Full stop. Let alone at our club, because if you look at them, they do look like yes men, don't they? If you watch a game of football on the television, for example, whenever you see a coach, talking to them, I think that's what the elite managers are able to manage and harness much better. You look at the support group, people like Klopp and Guardiola have around them. There's a group of them and they're talking, and they're the
best assistant managers are the ones that disagree. And like,
I think a lot of them are yes men. No, a lot of them are.
Yeah, the ones that aren't do well. So Enzo Maresca at Gull'S at Leicester, that's the thing.
Oh, it's a Leicester link. That's
Liam Rosenior with Rooney. If you watch that dynamic at Derby, Rooney will constantly listen to the people around him, like Liam Rosenior, and now Liam Rosenior is doing a very good job in management. That's when it works well. When it's just, I'm the manager, you're my dummy assistant, go and put the cones out, do all this stuff. Can you train a bit of that, but under my watch? That's when you don't grow ideas. and it becomes this whole thing. So we don't know the
Very
situation.
difficult to tell about knowing what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You get the feeling Downs is the kind of guy who gets on well with the players and tries to GM up whilst Gary gives them the hard. So
And that's the problem. If you get on too well with the players, and then going from assistant to manager won't work.
Yeah.
Unless it's something changes.
Had it a few times, haven't we? Do you remember? Was it Sean Taylor who took over from Martin Ling? Was it?
Yeah. When he was early, didn't he?
Yeah. And it's happened at the Mayo Football Club.
So the big question is then, who's going to Hampton?
No.
Me.
And
I actually, my situation's changed Saturday, so I actually do have the option of going, but in an incredible turn of events, and she would tell you this, after 18 and a half years, we're taking my wife out for dinner instead. So
that's now Gary Johnson. This is how
symptomatic of it. Yeah.
This is how
Gary can pay for it as well.
Yeah.
For her tastes.
Yeah. Guys, just before we move on, I've just got a couple more responses if you want to hear them.
Yes.
People. Paul Hepworth says it might be a difficult one to answer, and he's got a picture of Gary Johnson looking like Wally. Don't know if you can see that on my internet. Yeah. Richard Heatham says it feels like it. I suppose the more permanent question is this the worst Torquay side in the last 30 years? I have to say yes, it is. Very sad days. Ian East replied, it's the worst side ever because only once before has the club been this low at this level, and the team is way worse than that one. The answer to the question is yes. I think only Scunthorpe are full-time in North, so Torquay are officially lowest ranked full-time in the country. And finally, Leon Harper says, it's an interesting one, but I feel we are better than a few National League teams, to be honest, such as Dagenham and Redbridge, Maidenhead and Boreham Wood.
Not sure about some of those examples, but I think that's a fair point. But I don't know about a couple of those examples, but yeah.
We're bigger than them.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We're not better than them at football.
So are you going full of hope then, Tommy, for Saturday?
Well, my prediction from Saturday, my prediction has changed completely. Hampton have won 4 on the bounce. They're second in the form table. They
won 4-1 last night, did they? Was it
4-1 as well?
Against Worthing, who seem to have been starting to drop like a stone down the table. And they're now only a point behind us, Hampton and Richmond Borough. They are still called Borough, by the way, even though they've tried to drop that this season for whatever reason. But it's going to be difficult. And if there's no Jarvis, no Lapsley, if you're led to believe, I just can't see us getting a result there. We've never lost at the Beverley, but if you want my
played there twice, Tommy, in fairness, but someone pulled out that we've never beaten Western stat last night. So okay, that's 3 years of a small sample size, but factually correct. Factually correct.
I'm afraid, chaps, and I can't believe that I'm saying this, and I'm sure my Hampton friends will be shocked as well. I'm going with Hampton and Richmond Borough 3, Torquay United 0.
I'm going to go 2-0 Hampton Borough. This is the first time I've predicted Torquay not to win a game.
Well, Don predicted us to lose last week, changed his mind, so he should have kept it as it was.
Stick to your gut instinct, man.
Yeah, I also stick to your gut.
Yeah,
my gut says 2-1 Torquay, but I'm not dull.
As soon as I heard Lapsley was out last night, I thought, oh, right, okay. What do you reckon then, Chris?
Desmond.
Can you ask me in 48 hours when I'm feeling a bit happier? Based on last night, if Jarvis is absent, which it sounds highly possible he might be, they're going to have to work hard to bring some players in, if not for Saturday, but over this next full clear week we've got, whoever's in charge. Just because we've got back-to-back then, we've got Tuesday, Saturday, and for the next month pretty much after Saturday. So I'm clearly just gibbering to avoid answering the question. I can't see us winning if last night's anything to go by, but last night was so poor that you're going to need a reaction. So we'll come out firing. They'll have poked him with a stick in a kick. No, that will have happened. 2-2.
Knew it.
All of that just to say 2-2.
That was so predictable.
If in doubt, default 2-2. But yeah, you laughed when I said that against Derby, didn't you? You thought I was mad, but
I saw 2-2 coming
Hampton
from
Derby.
2-2.
Oh, these bunch, they just, absolutely no faith in this manager or squad, but they can't even get my predictions right, can they? I'll say 2-1 to Hampton.
There we go. Right. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone, this week. I think that was the record longest. I want to time the rant of me and the rant of Tom. I want to see
I was going to say that there's no way Thomas could be any longer, but it's going to be a close one actually.
Right, yeah, maybe we do it on Twitter. We'll have a look. So
tickets still available for Hampton. Come on, come join me.
Well, thank you for joining us. I've got to now go and record another podcast, so that'll be fun. I've got to do it all over again. So
we haven't because we've got loyalty, so we don't have to do it twice.
Yeah.
And then tomorrow I'll be back recording Football Manager, where Torquay owned by me, managed by me, and we're playing proper football, getting it wide, and we're getting in the box of Jarvis, and it's all going well. So
shameless plugs.
I'm going to escape even more. And I don't have to watch Gary Johnson football anymore.
Look at you, like you're all smiling now, aren't you?
Yeah.
This has been good for you. I'm glad I've been here for this.
Yeah.
Make you feel better.
Oh
This
my
is my
God.
favourite.
You should have seen me
bit of the
last
week.
night, though. Oh my God. I was just like, driving.
He wasn't in a good way last night, Dom. I can tell.
No, you think I
I
was bad? You
feared
should
that's
see
what
me
would
halfway
happen.
down the M5 on my own in the pitch black and my own sort of.
You should have had the lights on,
head.
Sam. That's not legal.
Yeah.
Just every music, the Smiths coming on.
I'm
Oh no!
I'm so glad I stayed in a hotel last night. I was like, just do the drive in the morning. Yeah.
It's what I feared might happen last night. That even when you offered me a ticket, I was like, I'll probably give it a miss, to be honest. I don't trust these
Dom's
guys.
already- Dom's already buzzing for Taunton away, aren't you?
I paid my season ticket. It's like throwing bad money after or good money after
That's
bad,
what I'm
or
like,
something like that. I don't know.
But I'm always like, oh, I've done it already. But
It's
then,
just
like,
not worth paying for this, are they? I've paid enough as it is.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, I agree. I'm with that. Anyway, so we'll see you in a bit. Thank you. Panic. It's all going wrong, and it's not going to get better. We'll see you next week.
Here's Hargreaves, chance for Torquay. Chris Hargreaves, the captain. If he stays onside, Carlisle checks instead. He's looking for Benyon. Sells.